I'm playing the career of a perfect 99 overall rookie wide receiver who's 7 foot, 270 pounds, and literally has 99 ratings for everything. Like he could play quarterback if he wanted to. Let me introduce you, Janis, the Giant. Like having 99 speed while simultaneously barely fitting on the screen is nonsense. Now first we need to see where he actually gets drafted, because for some reason he's currently projected to be a day 3 pick. Surely one NFL team out there takes him before then, because he should literally be going number 1. Like look at his combine results, dude. Wait, what 2 players from South Alabama are running faster than a 4.24 40? Crazy game. Now the Giants have the number 1 pick. Like surely they take him number 1, right? Like he's the greatest wide receiver of all time. He hasn't even been drafted yet. I don't think they did. What a bunch of idiots. Who'd they go with, Roger? Definitely not 7 foot tall. They went Cam Ward. That's crazy. I'm gonna go one by one here in the first round, because surely one of these 32 teams are smart enough to take him. It would be the best decision they've made in their franchise's history. The Panthers are also morons. So are the Jets, even though Travis Hunter's a solid pick. I mean, these teams have me feeling crazy. Like, why are they passing up on them? They went Quinn Ewers? I mean, the Raiders deserve their downfall at this point. The Patriots don't take him here. The best wide receiver prospect of all time doesn't even get drafted in the top 5. That's definitely not him. They went tackle? I'm at least gonna go one by one until the first wide receiver goes off the board here, and I think they just did. My Tennessee Titans are morons. They are morons. They went Luther Burden over Hugh. Shedeur Sanders goes to the Browns here. But I really can't believe the greatest wide receiver prospect of all time is about to fall out of the top 10. But surely he won't fall out of the first round, right? They went running back over him? These front offices are even dumber than what I freaking thought. Another wide receiver off the board. I'm telling you, dude, some team's about to make the greatest decision in the history of their freaking franchise. There goes another receiver. So at this point, at bare minimum, he's going to be the number 4 wide receiver off the board, which is crazy. That is such a gross pick. My God. At this point, dude, he is a wide receiver number 6, which is just so freaking dumb. Now, it does look like he's going to fall out of the first round unless the Chiefs get him. If the Chiefs get him, dude, he is going to break the NFL. Andy Reid has the chance to do the funniest thing of all time here, and I don't think they went with him. Kansas City goes defensive tackle. I'm over it, dude. We're going to go ahead and simulate to the end of the draft here and see which one of these 32 NFL franchises goes out and makes the best decision in the history of their existence. So unfortunately for Giants fans, they don't get him. Now surely he got drafted here in the second round, right? Tez Johnson goes above him. That's crazy. Kyron Lacey gets selected above him. My God, these NFL teams are actually stupid. He's not a second round pick. What about the third round? Trey Harris goes above him. I am actually baffled. I genuinely cannot believe what my eyes are seeing right now. But finally, the slide ends as he does get selected here early in the 4th round. Unfortunately, he doesn't go to my Tennessee Titans. That would have been perfect. But the team that makes the greatest draft selection of all time is none other than the Cleveland Browns. I'm not gonna lie, dude. Them adding Shedeur Sanders, Kyron Lacey, and Hugh Janis in the same exact draft class is kind of nasty. I expect these guys to put up insane numbers for a very, very, very long time. And lucky for Browns fans, I got a pretty good feeling that eventually Hugh Janis is gonna lead them to their first ever Super Bowl. Wait a minute, dude. I forgot to give him his trend shot. He's also gonna be the team's kick and punt returner, so that's gonna be neat to track throughout his career. Can he break the all-time punt and kick return touchdown record? That is also so funny, dude. He's also gonna be the team's kickoff specialist. I'm telling you, dude, this team with the 2 youngsters on offense, not to mention they have themselves already a pretty solid defense. I would be surprised if they made the playoffs this year, maybe even made a Super Bowl push. And hopefully he can, because his career goal today is rather simple. Win at least 1 Super Bowl and break all of Jerry Rice's career records to become the best wide receiver of all time. And this is going to be our toughest challenge yet, because 23,000 career receiving yards is crazy work. That means he'd have to put up at least 1,000 yards for 23 straight seasons. Let's see if Hugh Janis has what it takes, because if he fails, I have to give away a copy of Madden 25 to a lucky subscriber. Let's grind this out, Hugh Janis. So I think Browns fans would 100% take a 10-7 record in a playoff berth. Now the bad things for Browns fans is that the Steelers just beat them 2 weeks ago, but a division dub is always nice. Most importantly, how did Hugh do? He almost had a top 10 offense, which is solid. Now defensively, the Browns sucked. Now these numbers, brother, Shedeur Sanders might have very well won Rookie of the Year. That's solid. Unless Hugh had a bigger season through the air. Now on the ground, Nick Chubb put up 16 yards, about average 5 yards per carry. That's solid. But most importantly, his rookie season, Hugh puts up 1,600 yards with 18 16 touchdowns. Brother, I think it is safe to say he's going to be winning Rookie of the Year. And wow, what a surprise. Already is an X factor. Now, what are the odds he led the NFL in receiving yards and touchdowns as a freaking rookie? Nope. Oh, Amon-Ra St. Brown had to ruin his day. That's actually an insane season. That's crazy. Now, let's see who actually did win Rookie of the Year. So, he almost won Offensive Player of the Year. He was just third behind Mahomes and Josh Allen. So, that's a pretty good start to a career. Rookie of the Year also goes to him. He did beat out Shedeur Sanders. Bet the Titans wish they didn't pass up on him. Let's go see if he can win a freaking Super Bowl. Unfortunately, Josh Allen was too much to handle. At least they didn't get first rounded. Gotta see what happened here. Oh my God, we got absolutely obliterated. 420 yards of offense to 170, no wonder. But keep in mind, dude, these guys are just getting started. Now, dudes, I am so excited to see how much money this guy gets at the end of his rookie contract. Like, getting him for just $1 million a season is insane business. And since they're currently saving money on him, let's see if the front office takes that extra money, goes spins it around him so they can actually make the Super Bowl next year. Don't forget, Shedeur's contract also expires at the same time, so like, will the Browns even have enough money to re-sign both of them? Take advantage of having them cheap while you can. So they did spend all of that money on some pretty good players, but unfortunately, most of them are on one-year contracts. But Rodrigo and Ivan Pace were signed to 5- and 3-year deals, so at least they got a linebacker duo for the long term. These guys should help out at least next season. So let's see if they can pick up some long-term solutions in the draft here. Not gonna lie, kind of an extremely garbage draft class. Like, cornerback and wide receiver were like the only two positions they didn't need players at. Made it to a sophomore campaign, and I really think, dude, this team can make it to a Super Bowl this year, especially considering they got more talent on defense. My guess is like 12 wins this season. Well, unfortunately, I was wrong. At least they still made the playoffs, though. They did improve on offense, coming in the top 10 defensively. They also improved about middle of the pack. Insane numbers from Shedeur Sanders, dude. Only 4 interceptions? Oh my God, this is year 2, dude, and he might have won the MVP. Nick Chubb on the ground, even though I think he's over 30 years old, still put up 19 touchdowns. Most importantly, Janis, he had a down season a little bit, 1,500 yards, but 1 more touchdown. A lot of those numbers went to Jerry Jeudy this year. I mean, still, dude, that's insane numbers. Now, did Amon-Ra beat him out again? No, for the first time, he leads the league in receiving yards and in receiving touchdowns. Now, of course, Shedeur Sanders got robbed of MVP by Patrick Mahomes. Now, what are the odds at wide receiver? At least once in his career, he gets MVP votes. Patrick Mahomes is literally stealing everybody's award. Now, I wonder how fast he's going to be able to break all the Browns receiving records. He already broke their all-time single-season touchdown record. He needs to beat out Josh Gordon for this, though. Well, Shedeur Sanders is already the best all-time Browns quarterback. Now, let's see if our young duo can actually lead this team to a Super Bowl. It's going to be tough to beat Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs here, though. Gotta give Patrick Mahomes payback. Oh, what a surprise. He got first round. At least they didn't get absolutely annihilated, though. Gosh, should have gave Hugh more targets. Now, I'm telling you guys, if the front office can put together one more solid offseason, I'm telling you, they're making a Super Bowl push in year 3. Better spend money on free agents while you still can. They signed a ton of players, but literally most of them are all just a 1-year contract. So again, like, this free agent class should help us out a little bit next year, but not for the long term. Did sign 2 running backs to multi-year deals, though. Guess Nick Chubb's washed now. Hopefully this time around, they actually get some long-term options in the freaking draft. I mean, again, it is quite the mid-class, but at least this time we got some players at positions we kind of needed. Hopefully this squad has what it takes here in year 3. At least win more than 9 games this year. I mean, I guess 10 is better than 9. I mean, our offense was extremely mid. So was our defense. I mean, Shedeur had another insane season. I wonder if it's our running game. It wasn't as good. How about through the air? You did lead the team, but at the same time, I think that's his career worst numbers, which I mean, still is extremely solid and all. Kind of hoping he can hit a 2,000-yard season before he calls it quits. So he still can't win Offensive Player of the Year, and funny enough, dude, Kyron Lacey had more votes in him. And unfortunately, he didn't lead the league this year. I guess we'll have to do for 9th place this time around. So what are the odds? 3rd time's a charm, and they can actually make the Super Bowl as a 7 seed, which if they do somehow upset the 14-3 Colts, that just means they get to go play the 1 seed Chiefs next week. Hey, we believe in miracles on this channel. Unfortunately, the Chiefs continue to be dream killers. At least we didn't get first round, but I don't know why we can't beat the Chiefs. We can't be giving up 350 yards, 4 touchdowns. Come on now. At least Hugh had a big game. Now, we need the Browns front office to put together an incredible offseason here so this team can actually make the Super Bowl, because this is the last time they're going to be able to spend this much money. Okay, so talk about beefing up the lines, dude. They got, what, 4 offensive linemen, and they also got a big D tackle and a Lee McNeil. I'm talking about getting beefy. Now, I think it's about time they actually put together a good draft class, dude. It's been too mid up to this point. Oh my God, it's the worst one yet. Like, what's the point in drafting 2 receivers? Like, they're not even going to play for for us, dude. This one might get cut. L front office. I do think, though, with the big improvement on the offensive line, this could be this team's season. They better freaking hope so while they can. Wait, did they miss the playoffs with a 10-7 record? That is insane. How do you win 10 games and miss the freaking playoffs, dude? Our offense sucked. It's not like Shedeur Sanders had a bad season. It was Tank Bigsby's fault. Oh my god, dude. 3.1 yards per carry? I mean, we had a good run blocking offensive line, too. Tank Bigsby just sucks. Janis was massive, though. 1,700 yards, 18 touchdowns with 114 catches, which was good enough to lead the league in receiving yards, but he got beat out for receiving touchdowns, though. 4 receivers had more touchdown catches than 18. That's crazy. And I do think, though, for the first time in his career, he also led the NFL in receptions. And also, for the first time in his career, he finally won Offensive Player of the Year. Still no MVP votes for him, though. Like, even Shedeur barely got any. And yes, I know it is rare, but I still want to see if even just once, like I said, he can come in the top 10. Now, important dudes from here, we gotta check and see if the Browns actually sign him to a contract extension. They'd be so dumb not to. Let's see, a moment of truth. Dude, they still haven't re-signed him, and it's the end of the season. Oh my gosh. Am I stupid? He still has a year left, doesn't he? Which I'm so confused because he's played 4 years in the NFL. Rookie contract's only 4 years, and that wasn't a 5th-year extension. How did they get him on an extra year worth only 1.3 mil? I'm so confused. See, like, Shedeur's on his 5th-year option, so I really have no idea what happened. I guess for the Browns front office, at least they get him for another year on the cheap. But again, they're gonna have to find the money somehow to re-sign him and Shedeur at the same exact time. So this is their last offseason where they can actually allocate money to other players on the team. Just kidding, they have negative $3 million available. How did that happen? I think I know why that happened. Finally, they did re-sign him to a fat 5-year, $204 million contract, while at the same time they had to give money to Jatavion Sanders, Kyron Lacey, and Martin Emerson. No free agents for you this offseason. Now, if they're already in the negative, how are they going to be able to re-sign Shedeur? Was that by far makes this the most important draft class yet? They're going to need young, cheap talent here because they're not going to be able to sign a free agent for like the next 3 years. Now, that's not too shabby. At least they got some quality. I give it like a B, B+. I'm ready for something crazy here in year 4. I want 12, 13, 14 wins. Come on now. Oh my god, dude, what is happening? Why do they suck? They're a freaking 87 rated team, for crying out loud. I don't understand why the offense keeps getting worse and freaking worse. Defense sucked too. It's not Shedeur's fault. It's just still really good numbers. I think it's just Tank Bigsby. Like, why does he suck so bad? I mean, on a team that only could muster up 5 wins, it's still real fine numbers. Definitely not good enough to match Puka Nakua's 2,100 yards, though. Like, where on planet Earth did this come from? Well, that was good for the all-time single-season record. At least the good news that he's broken the all-time Browns touchdown record. He's still working on the other 2. Have to tell you, though, boys, this is a long freaking way to breaking Jerry Rice's records. But keep in mind, he still has a long way to go. He's only 24 years old. Now, if this team is going to get better, they absolutely have got to re-sign Shedeur Sanders somehow. Here we go, dude. Moment of freaking truth. Browns look like they did re-sign him to a 6-year, $354 million contract. At the same time, very unfortunate news, they also re-signed Tank Bigsby. So at least they're keeping their own talent. That's like where all their money's going. Obviously, no money to spend on free agents this offseason. They just desperately need a banger draft class. Please give me some good news here. They, once again, it's just so mid. Like, if you're drafted number 7, you've got to hit on somebody over 73 rated. Like, yeah, even if they were going left in, dude, they passed up on a 76 rated. LGM, L front office. I mean, we're in a new decade, dude. Surely this team's got a Super Bowl push in them, especially considering Hughes technically now 116 overall. At least 12 wins here to make up for last year's stinker. Hey, don't call me the Madden scientist for nothing. About time we got back to our winning ways and winning the division. Just outside of having a top 10 offense, defensively, we still suck. I mean, that might be the best season Shedeur's ever had. Hank still sucked. Like, I wish they didn't pay him. Why did Hugh get 11 carries this year? That's weird. What in the world? Why did Jerry Jeudy and Jatavion Sanders get more targets than him? What in the world? He was like basically 4th in the team in targets. Dude, this is an outrage. Like, if he keeps putting up these numbers, dude, there is no way he's completing today's challenge. And we need him to badly. Hopefully, he can at least get a Super Bowl out of this year. I'd make up for this nonsense. Come on, dude. Please don't let me down. Gosh dang it, dude. This team just can't make it out of the divisional. Literally couldn't muster up any offense whatsoever freaking ever, dude. dude. I just don't get why they're not giving Hugh like 50 targets a game. This is crazy. I'm just simming straight to next season, dude. I'm angry. So made it to 2031. How's the squad looking? Wait, when did we get Bijan? But completely disregard that fact. We have even bigger news. What on planet Earth happened here? Never in these 99 rookie career mode videos have I ever had a player with 99 ratings across the board lose his freaking X Factor. That is not good. That's insane to lose your X Factor after having your first season of your career below 1,300 yards. Like, he still had double-digit touchdowns. Dumb game. So the Bijan edition was canceled out by him losing his X Factor, but what cancels out the sadness of losing his X Factor is the fact that apparently we added 2 superstar offensive linemen as well. So they could have been here the prior year, I don't know, but this offense looks good. They should have zero problem whatsoever making it back to the playoffs this year. He better have a better season. No way they went 12-5 and missed the playoffs. I'm assuming that's a first round bye. That's got to be the team's biggest accomplishment of Hugh's career. I mean, the offense had a masterclass. Yes, #1 in the entire National Football League. Now, coming in defensively, we were about top 10. So by far the best team performance we've seen. Shador with a career season of 4,900 yards, 48 touchdowns, only 7 picks. This might have won him his first ever MVP. Now, that's the first time we've seen a Browns running back get 1,000 yards since Nick Chubb. And through the air, Hugh comes in with 1,754 receiving yards and 27 receiving touchdowns. That makes his career best in receiving yards, and that's the first time he ever cracked 20 touchdowns. He got freaking 27. He almost had 30. Now, surely that led the NFL, right? My God, dude, Puka is a freaking reception merchant. Had 60 less yards in him and the same amount of touchdowns, but he caught the ball 40 more times. Target merchant. Bad luck continues as Shador gets robbed for MVP once again. At least Hugh Janis got Offensive Player of the Year. Now, some good news. Hugh broke the all-time receiving yard record in Brown history. He's just got to be out David Njoku now for receptions. Still such a long way from breaking Jerry Rice's records, though. But all we really care about right now is just getting to a freaking Super Bowl. Please, dear God. Hallelujah. It's about freaking time to barely squeak past the Ravens, beat the Colts by 10. Now, all we have to get past are those Green Bay Packers who did just put up 49 points in the championship. But now that we made the Super Bowl, dude, I am so excited to finally be able to play with Hugh Janis. Wait a minute. When did he get his X Factor back? Literally just this last week. I'm telling you, throw into a 99 7-foot receiver that has all of these abilities. It's about to be a cheat code. Gotta do some scouting, though, because this is 2031. I mean, Jordan Love's a superstar, but outside of that, dude, like, I feel like we should be able to take this squad down. That's 6 overall advantage, dude. We got this. Now, Green Bay gets the ball first, and they're moving the football here. Well, fellas, looks like we're going to go down 7-0. No big deal, fellas. We're about to score here with Hugh in no time. I'm going to probably be forcing it to him a lot, not going to lie. And he is literally wide open. His bad throw, though, stay in bounds. He did not stay in bounds at all. I guess with his frame, the only thing he does lack is body control. Unfortunately, yes, I am going to be trying to force him the ball almost every single play. Like, why wouldn't I? When I want the DB, he has some separation, in stride, touchdown Hugh! Dude, it's too freaking easy. I mean, this was a mismatch from the get-go. Guarantee they don't press them again the rest of the game. We need our defense to get a big stop here, which they get a big sack. Wait, when did we get Aiden Hutchinson? Yes, the one off season I sim, they got a bunch of good signings. Not gonna lie, do want to test out his 7-foot frame, so even if he's like double covered here, I want to see if he can come down with a jump ball, and he is gonna be in double coverage, but he's just gonna come down with the catching, and that is actually the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life. I just want to live show you guys that he is doing this on all Madden difficulty. This might end up being the most fun I've ever had my entire life. Wait, did we just get a pick? I skipped the pick. Let's go. At this rate, dude, I'm gonna score 100 points. Let's set him on a little deep post here. In coverage. Can he actually do this? Oh, he dropped the ball. I think it would have been out of bounds anyway. Gotta make sure we pick up the first down here. And I got sacked. But you know what? I'm gonna be a crazy boy and go for this. Screw field goals when you have a 7-foot wide receiver. Again, throw a jump ball. See if he can come down with that. That's a really bad throw, actually. Yeah, I think he might have actually caught that. I'm not even kidding. I think there's a chance he got his foot in bounds there. Just kidding. It's okay. We can afford to be funky with our 7-foot wide receiver here and there. Their defense is playing a good game. I just want him to go up for a legitimate one-on-one deep ball, though. I want to see if he can come down with it. We got to throw off somehow. That is the most insane throw I have ever seen in my entire freaking life. I mean, disregard Hugh's 3rd receiving touchdown of the half. Shador Sanders just dropped that 45, 50 yards down the field on a dime as he got hit. It literally feels like I'm playing on rookie mode. Go ahead, score again, which they did. I just wanted time to be able to go down the field and score another touchdown. Just give me enough time to throw this football. It's going to be one-on-one this time or not. That's another incredible throw. That's insane how easy this is. That's incredible. No big deal, Hugh Janis. Just your 4th receiving touchdown of the half in the freaking Super Bowl. Don't forget, dudes, we get the ball to start the second half. I'm running the same exact route. That deep post he's getting wide open on. I don't know why. He's getting so much separation. And again, that's just such a cheat code, dude. This legitimately feels like rookie mode. I actually just want to throw it up one-on-one back at the end zone. Or just leave him wide open. I honestly cannot believe how good this is going right now. Like, I've never played a game on All Madden that felt so easy. 4 Fats, I don't care. I just want the ball back. He went for it on 4th down. We get it at midfield. I just want to give him a legit one-on-one jump ball situation. He's wide open again. They're leaving him so open every Well, let's try that again. Jump ball. Makes the grab. 1st down. One-on-one. Off his hands. They're just... Oh, well, I tried to catch that. Come on, I want you to score. I want you to make this a ball game. Give me a good jump ball. Give me a good jump ball. Hugh, go up. Touch drop. Oh, please, in double coverage. I want something crazy. He didn't even try to jump for it. Gotta have this, Hugh. Absolutely gotta have it. You just, you're so much taller than him. Like, why don't you jump? Packers finally scored. All right, we're about to give it back to him real soon. Come on, brick hands. Good throw. Go up. What is going on? Had to go with the deep post again. They actually got it covered. He got to the ball first. I went for it on 4th down like a crazy person. He's going to make the grab. Can he outrun him? Remember, he has 99 speed. He can't break the tackle either. Not going to lie, going for it on 4th down there was crazy, but sometimes got to have big balls around here. Unfortunately, have another 4th down situation here. Not out of it quite yet. Post is open. He goes up, drops the ball. He can't catch it in coverage, which we forced another turnover. Finally, he makes a contested catch, and I have to admit, his character in-game is so fatigued, but I don't care. I keep forcing him the football. You can tell he's so much slower than he should be, but he's still wide open for a touchdown. And there it is, 42-21. It was never a question, which finally, 5, 6, 7 years into his career, he finally achieved something off his career challenge list. Would you take a wild guess at who won Super Bowl MVP? No wonder, dude, he had 10 catches for 463 yards and 6 touchdowns. Safe to say that was a legendary performance. So after the Super Bowl, it looks like they gave him a 2-year contract extension with a front-loaded contract, I guess, because that's kind of cheap the last 2 years of his deal. So what we're going to do from here is go ahead and simulate to the end of his next contract extension and see if he can win some more Super Bowls. Most importantly, see if he can break Jerry Rice's records. Will Shedeur Sanders even still be his quarterback? So we've made it to the last season of his contract, and I'm super interested to see what his overall is at this point. Like, is he still a 99? Of course he is! Even at the age of 31 freaking years old. Ooh, it does look like, though, he has lost quite a few attributes, though, which is really strange considering the fact it says he still has 22 upgrades. He's still at 99 at every archetype, though. Also looks like Shedeur Sanders is still a Brown. So with the duo staying together that entire time, like, maybe they really did win another Super Bowl. And I want to see, has he signed a contract extension? No. So he really could move on from the Browns after this year. If that's the case, hopefully his Cleveland career ends off with a bang before he signs elsewhere. And after the end of this season, we will go and check how he performed the last 5 years, see if he won the Super Bowl, if maybe he actually won an MVP, and see if he's getting close to Jerry Rice's record. They're still good enough to make the playoffs, so that's a good sign. Unfortunately, though, their offense is about middle of the pack. Shedeur's still putting up really good numbers, but most importantly, what about Hugh? He's putting up 1,300 yards, 9 touchdowns, not too shabby. So his numbers the last few years have been very consistent, like 1,400 yards a season, nothing too crazy like his 1,700 yard season prior. But this last year was kind of an anomaly because he's really averaging like almost 20 touchdowns a season, which for his career, that puts him at 1,000 catches, 1,700 yards for 196 touchdowns, which easily makes him the Browns' best wide receiver of all time. He's still got quite a ways to go to beat Jerry. I honestly don't even know if it's possible that he breaks Jerry's reception yard record. Like, maybe, just maybe, the receiving yard record is in reach, and he is going to break the receiving touchdown record here soon, but another like 500 receptions seems crazy, especially when you consider the fact that he's about to turn 32, and receivers in franchise normally retire when they're like 35, 36 years old at maximum. I really could be screwed, dude. Now, it would make things a little bit better if they could make it back to a Super Bowl here, and still we have to check and see if they've won any of the last 4 or 5 years. Oh, the Raiders beat them by 3 points in the conference championship. In 2032, we went back-to-back, so that's always a massive dub. In 2033, we went back-to-back-to-back. Dude, that's crazy. In 2034, we didn't make it back. In 2035, we didn't make it back, but the same exact time, dude, going back to back to back is just freaking legendary. So even if he does move on this offseason, I'm pretty positive Browns would take 3 Super Bowls from him. Now, since he's well above 31, about to be 32, I'm very curious to see how much he regresses this offseason, which he's still a 99 overall, but yes, he's regressing quite a bit now, which is weird because he lost a ton of points, lost 36 ratings this offseason, but he gained 28 to kind of replace that, but little things, you know, like his speeds all the way down to 92, so I guess he didn't have enough to make up for that. He's still 99 across the archetypes though, so he's still easily the league's #1 receiver. I just don't know if he's really going to be able to make it to like 35, 36, and we need him to. First, we need to sim to next season and see if he's still even a Brown, which he is still a Brown. Okay, so he's signed another 4-year contract, so he's still here until 2040. We are going to go ahead and simulate to that point and see how close he is to Jerry Rice's record. So we made it to what should be his final season as a Brown. First, let's make sure he hasn't retired, like that would kind of ruin everything. See, he is still a Cleveland Brown, but Shedeur Sanders is no longer. We gotta see if he's with another team or if he retired, but he is still a 99 overall as a 35-year-old wide receiver. He's down to like 88 speed and such, but still has 99 everywhere. He could still be a 99 offensive tackle and still considered as the league's #1 receiver, and most importantly, on top of that, still 99 with every single archetype. He still has like 6 player upgrades that his character could use, but for some reason won't spend it on speed. Doesn't really matter though. Shedeur Sanders is still in the NFL, but he's with the Seattle Seahawks, which is still an X factor, so I don't know why they didn't re-sign him. Hopefully this guy doesn't suck. Hopefully he can still carry him to the playoffs even though he's a grandpa. So at least they don't suck. They still have a top 10 offense at least. Well, I guess Raheem Beckwith ain't too shabby. Most importantly, how about Hugh Janis? He put up 1,700 yards with 100 plus catches and 14 touchdowns. Oh my gosh, dude, that's one of his best seasons ever as an elder. Now what about the last few seasons? He's put up some pretty good numbers, which crazy enough, at the age of 35, dude, that's his best season since 2031, since he was a young buck, which at this point, he now has 1,447 receptions with 23,000 receiving yards and 245 receiving touchdowns, which if my memory serves me right, he now has broken Jerry Rice's receiving yard and touchdown record, but he still has a ways to go in receptions though. He'd have to play for at least another 2 seasons, and at the age of 35, dude, I just don't know if he makes it. Like, I think the game only lets receivers make it to a certain age, despite how good they still could be. So Hugh Janis really could fail today. Now, has he won any extra Super Bowls? It unfortunately does not look like it. Maybe this could be the postseason where he wins his 4th. Knocked out in the freaking divisional. Oh my god, dude, I am not gonna lie. I saw that in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen and totally thought he's retired. It's just telling me he won Offensive Player of the Year. Like, you know what's gonna suck is seeing that and getting that sense of relief and him actually retire this next week. Okay, I think we're in the clear for now. Yep, he's still there, hanging on to those extra upgrades. Even at 36 years old, he's still 99 across the board with his X Factor. Still the league's #1 receiver, so why retire now? We want him to complete today's challenge. This next season's gonna have to be comparable to last year, which I didn't even check. Is he still with the team? Because he had to sign an extension. Yes, he did. I assume it's probably just a 1-year deal because for some reason in Madden franchise, you can never get a multi-year deal if you're over the age of like 32. Okay, I look like an idiot. I mean, I would love for him to play out the rest of his contract because you give him another 2 years and there's a good chance he could break that Jerry Rice record. So I'm pretty positive that's the best record he's ever had in his career. The offense was top 10. I'm hoping most of those yards went to him. Please, dear God, he, oh no, only had 71 catches. That is not good. That's easily the worst year of his career. And like, why did Stephen Page get more receiving yards than him? Why did he get more targets? Why did he get more touchdowns? Like, what are we doing? Dumb game. Unfortunately, that means he's at 1,518 catches, so he's still like 40 away from Jerry Rice's record, and there's a really good chance he could retire this offseason. Like, he's gonna be 37 years old in the offseason. So if this is the end for Hugh Janis, hopefully he can go out with a bang, win a Super Bowl, but at the same time, dude, I really hope this isn't it. Just play next year and get the paycheck. Well, they did make the Super Bowl, dude. I'm kind of scared. If he does win one more Super Bowl, he'll just ride off into the sunset, call it quits, and go drink a cocktail on the beach in the U.S. Virgin Islands. 10-3 win in the divisional, followed by a 21-point dub in the conference championship. If he finishes his career off with a Super Bowl loss, that's going to be so depressing, especially considering he would fail the challenge at that point. Oh no, dude. Oh no, they lost by 3. You can't call it quits, dude. At least I won Coach of the Year, though. As of now, I think we're in the clear. I'm actually so scared to check this, dude. No retirements, thank God, which he is still on the squad, still at 99 overall, but for the first time in his career, dude, he did not have enough upgrades to really counteract the negatives, which he lost, oh my god, 42 points last year. Still an X factor, but you see for the first time ever, he's no longer a 99 overall at every single archetype. But still good for the #1 receiver in the league, although he's down to 86 speed. I mean, to be fair, he is 37, but I just need you not to have an absolute stinker next year, dude, and you could become the best receiver of all time. My god, dude, this Raheem Beckwith has turned into an absolute monster, so just please, Raheem, throw all of your passes to Hugh next year, please. If Hugh doesn't put up an absolute stinker this season, we should be golden. Well, I was excited that they made the playoffs, but at the same time, can you be too excited about 8 and 9? I mean, they had a top 5 offense, so I don't know how the team sucked. Well, I mean, Raheem did turn out to be quite the quarterback. Here we go, brother. Moment of truth. Just don't have a stinker, please. Hugh comes in with one of the best seasons of his entire career. What the frick? 107 catches for 1,900 yards and 24 touchdowns. Almost double the amount of production he had last year. Oh my god, where did this come from? I mean, I'm surprised he didn't get MVP votes. Now, what are the odds he could lead this team to a Super Bowl with a 8 and 9 record? That would be the first time that happened in NFL history. Oh, no history being made today. Scratch that, because even though, yes, he did officially retire, he didn't do so before going out and breaking Jerry Rice's reception record, which officially makes him the best wide receiver in NFL history. I don't know why he just didn't keep playing. Was still an X factor and was still a 92 rated. He just wanted that cocktail. Oh, and interesting enough, according to Madden, comes in as the 2nd greatest NFL player of all time, just behind Quinn Ewers. Hey, now it's the 5th best coach. Let's go. Now, if you enjoyed that one, you can click right here to watch me play the career of a 99 rated rookie running back. And if you thought this wide receiver was wild, let me tell you something, this running back was on another level. You know what was also on another level? You, for clicking that subscription button, my brother.